Yes, yes, I'm there.
A very good morning to all the faculty members of Haldia Institute of Technology and my dear students. On behalf of the organizing committee of the Student Induction Program 2023, I welcome you all to the second session of the fourth day. In this session, we have two lectures. The first talk is entitled The Power of Presence by Dr. Jyoti Gupta. Let me give a brief introduction about ma'am. Dr. Jyoti Dole is a life skill coach and an academician with more than 20 years experience in teaching, training and research. She is a UGC NET qualified faculty in English literature. She has PhD from Vidyasagar University and MPhil from the EFLU Hyderabad. She has postgraduate diploma in mass communication and journalism with specialization in advertising and public relations. She has attended two-month internship program with the information technology giant Google India Private Limited Hyderabad. Communicative English. She is also the principal of Haldia School of Languages, an institute of eye care. Apart from her teaching engagements at the two institutes of eye care, she conducts training programs for executives and managers across different verticals with focus on the importance of communication and how it impacts situations and people. She has conducted numerous training programs in association with Tea Board of India Kolkata, Nagarjuna Fertilizers Kolkata, Numaligarh Refinery Limited, Numaligarh Assam, IOCL Haldia, Kolkata Port Trust Haldia, NCPI Private Limited, Salt Lake Kolkata, etc. Her core areas of interest are culture and communication, communication and leadership styles, self-perception assessment and emotional intelligence, kindness as social capital and communication styles, phonetics and accent neutralization English language learners, gender sensitization, art of living meaningfully. Apart from her teaching and training engagements, Dr. Dole enjoys reading and writing poetry, watching cinema, and cooking. She has recently co-edited a collection of short stories, Saudade, Tales of Love, Longing, and Loss. It is currently available in Amazon. Her poems have been published in numerous regional English magazines. Okay, I now hand over the mic to Dr. Jyoti Dole. Thank you, madam. So, over to you. Madam, I think your mic is muted. Correct.
So thank you so much, Tanushri ma'am, for this beautiful introduction. And good morning, everyone. And good morning, young minds, young and fresh minds who are here with some dreams of making a life out of your knowledge, your skills, and exploring life. And my dear students, I welcome once again on behalf of HIT to this institute. And I'm very sure by the end of this 4 years, you're going to, explore many opportunities that life has to offer to you. So, with this note, uh, I'm going to start my talk today. So, my presentation is on the power of presence. I believe you can see the screen now. Uh, I mean, can anybody from the volunteer side just let me know if you can see the entire screen of my presentation?
Yes, madam, it is
Yes, madam,
clearly
the
visible.
screen is
Yes, ma'am.
visible.
It's there, no? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Is it moving? Are my slides moving?
Yes, yes, it is moving.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. So, today's presentation will be on the power of presence. Now, my dear students, if you can observe on my screen, what do you see? There are five people, they are talking. If you can just notice at their posture, the body language, what do you see? They're intent, paying attention to what is being told. So, as they pay attention, what are they doing? They're listening, that they are trying to understand what is being said. And there's another thing that we also notice. Look at their body language. They're comfortable, yet alert, very confident, and at the same time, getting involved in the conversation. So, what do we understand by this? Intent, attention, confidence. These are the three thumb rules for an effective communication. So, my talk will be completely on enhancing our communication skills and understanding how it impacts situations, relationships, and our own self perception. So, in order to be an effective communicator, what are the qualities that we need to garner? And as you know that, an effective communicator always leaves a mark in the heart of people. So, without much delay, ahead. But then before I proceed, I'd just like to do a small activity with all of you. You do not have to answer. You do not have to uh, write it down on the chat box. You don't have to do anything. You just talk to yourself. Okay? I'll just ask a question and you answer it to yourself. So, name a fruit that begins with the word with the letter O. Name an animal that begins with the letter K, and name a country that begins with the letter D. All right, now let me start my presentation. So, what are we going to understand or learn today? We'll try to understand the nuances, the intricacies of communication, what it takes to be successful communicator. And we'll also, as we talk about what it takes to be good communicator, we'll also try to understand us or ourselves. We'll try to understand what are our strengths, our weaknesses, what to do with our weaknesses, and how do we go about with our strengths. And also, we'll talk about how do we apply communication skills in our life. So, now let me start with the introduction of what communication is and what is presence. So, before understanding what is communication, let us try and understand what is presence. Well, presence refers to being present at the moment. That means to be aware of the surrounding at the same time you are focused on the moment. Now, so for example, like your friend has come, you have met your friend after a long time. And, both of you are sharing your experiences, how you have been living all this while, what you've been doing, what are you up to. As you share, you also see there are so many people coming and, suddenly there are, two, three more friends of yours, right? From your college friends. I mean, like, your current college friends have also come. So what do you do? Will you simply sort of avoid them, or will you simply take this old friend of yours to a corner and then you continue with your chat? What would you do? See, these people, those who have come later, they are also a part of your current, situation. So acknowledge their presence, and just say, "Hi, everyone. I'll meet you after this." Introduce yourself to this friend, or what you do, you can take this friend of yours to them and introduce this person, talk to them for a while, and then again you excuse yourself. Both of you excuse yourself, and then you can have your own time with one another. So that is what is being present at the moment. And this was just a very simple, relatable example that I gave. But it could also be related to any kind, even in our workplace. It could be in our as we are studying while preparing for exams. So or while we are attending any meeting. So how do we be present at the moment and be aware of the surrounding? So, second, understanding of presence is about how you make your presence felt to other people. So, how do other people perceive you? How do other people feel your presence in and around them? So, the two things that we understand by presence is to be present at the moment and at the same time to be presentable. Now, here, when I say presentable, let us not just limit our understanding to the appearance part. When we talk about presentable, it is about our ability to leave a mark, an imprint, the ability to inspire other people's trust in us. Now, next we'll come to communication. Now, see, is communication and presence different? No, they are interrelated. I'll tell you after this. So, communication, it is what? It is an exchange of or expression of your intentions in different mode. It could be in the form of question, inquiry, reconciliation, negotiation, motivation, outburst of emotions. It takes many form, many mode. But then the soul of our communication, the purpose of our communication is expression of our intention. Right. So so what we understand here is that in order to make our communication effective, in order to express our intention effectively shared with the concerned people, we also have to be emotionally and mentally be present at the moment. So, for example, it is the situation or the context in which a certain type of communication occurs, which can end with a positive outcome. Or the same communication at some other situation or context can have a boomerang in certain situation. So we have to be aware of the situation, the circumstance that we are in, the mental state of the other person, and then proceed with what we want to say. And mind you, what we want to say is not important. It is important, but more important than what we want to say is how we say what we want to say. That is very important. And as we talk about presence and communication, though it's a little funny, but I believe this line a lot. So, as we are aware of our presence, we need to live in our present tense. Because if we are active in our present, our future will be bright, better. But while doing so, we should not make our present tense. So here I have used a little pun. So live in the present tense, but while doing so, don't make your present tense. So here punctuation will work. Anyway, so now as we talk about presence, so why are we talking about presence? Why are we talking about communication for young engineers, bright engineers like you? Because now those days of school are over, where mummy would pack tiffins to you for you, where you can throw tantrums about the quality of food that your mummy is feeding you, where you really want to go out and watch movie, but there are times, there are time boundaries you cannot cross, right? So now you are at the threshold of of a new phase of life. This is a very interesting phase of life because you are free to have the kind of food that you want to have. As many Maggie packets that you want to have, you can have it. You can have as many KFC chicken, or you can have as many paneer butter masala, whatever you want to have. The food that you want to consume, you can have it. Your mummy will not stop you. You can also watch as many Netflix series, series after series you can watch. You can have your games. There's no one to stop you. Of course, they will monitor you. They'll call you and say, "Beta, padai kar rahe ho ki nahi? Kya ho raha hai? Kya nahi ho raha?" And you can say so many. You can give so many stories. So you're free. But then there is a caveat. Are you really free? Because if you continue watching Netflix after Netflix, series after series, if you continue to consume the food that is not quite good for your constitution, will you be healthy? Will you be keep pace with the progress in your studies? So you have to understand now that with freedom comes responsibility. Responsibility? Whose responsibility? Your own responsibility. राइट सो अच्छा ठीक है, मैं ये सिर्फ इंग्लिश यूज नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैं हिंदी भी इस्तेमाल करूँगी। तो आप खुद के ही अब रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो। तो अभी ये जो थ्रेशोल्ड है, ये जिस जिस आप मकाम पे है, वो अभी आपको बहुत आगे ले जा सकती है। या फिर ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपकी जो जर्नी है वो कहीं बीच में ना रुक जाए, है कि नहीं? आप बहुत सारे सपने लेके आए, अब सिर्फ अपने सपने नहीं, अपने पेरेंट्स के सपने भी लेके आए। तो आपको कुछ बनना है, कुछ दिखाना है कि नहीं? तो इस मकाम पे पहुंचने के बाद आगे आप कैसे बढ़ेंगे? तो सबसे पहले आगे बढ़ने से पहले आपको एक बात याद रखनी पड़ेगी, जिम्मेदारी। ये जिम्मेदारी आपकी है, आप किसी और की जिम्मेदारी नहीं ले रहे हैं। यू आर नॉट टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ एनीबॉडी एल्स। All you need to do is take responsibility of yourself. And in order to do that, it begins from knowing yourselves, right? So when you know yourself, you will know how to behave, how to conduct yourself. So the first thing is knowing in terms of what are your strengths, गुण, अच्छाई, किस चीज में आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट फील करते हो, और एट द सेम टाइम ऐसी कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं, अपनी खामियां हैं जो आपको लगता है कि नहीं, इसको मैं कैसे ठीक करूं। तो अभी उसमें भी और एक बात आ जाती है, जब आपको पता है, मालूम है कि आप कौन कौन सी विषय में आप अच्छे हैं, आप क्या क्या कर सकते हो। जैसे कि आप कोडिंग में काफी अच्छे हो सकते हो, मैथ्स में अच्छे हो सकते हो, फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री में अच्छा, बहुत अच्छे फोटोग्राफी करते हो, आप गाना गाते हैं, डांस करते हैं, आप बहुत अच्छे से कम्युनिकेशन कर सकते हैं, कम्युनिकेट कर दूसरों से बातें कर सकते हैं, दूसरों को कन्विंस करा सकते हैं अपनी बातों से। ये आप में क्वालिटी है कि नहीं, ये गुण है आप में। लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि आपके मन में काफी सारे भावनाएं हैं, लेकिन आप उसको प्रकट नहीं कर सकते, आप एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते हो। तो उसमें लगता है कि यू हैव इश्यूज विद कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, या फिर आपको मैथ्स में बहुत तकलीफ होती है, अंग्रेजी बोलने में तकलीफ हो रही है कि नहीं? तो तो आपको ये पता है कि आपकी खामियां कहाँ हैं और आपकी स्ट्रेंथ स्ट्रेंथ कहाँ है। तो अभी आप सिर्फ अपने खामियां को लेके अब व्यस्त रहेंगे, या फिर खामियों को कैसे थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव कराए, और जो मुझ में अच्छी चीजें हैं उसको हम किस तरीके से अपनी भलाई के लिए हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, कैसे करेंगे। तो ये चीज जब आपको समझ में आएगी, और ये जो 4 साल है, आपको इस तरीके का, आपको इतने सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगे, ऐसे ऐसे सिचुएशंस पे आप आज पहुंचेंगे जहां पे आपको ये महसूस होगा कि अरे भाई, मैं तो इसमें काफी अच्छा हूं, मैं तो ये कर सकती हूँ, और हाँ इसमें शायद मुझे थोड़ी सी ध्यान देनी पड़ेगी, इस तरीके का थॉट आप में आएगी, and you should take those thoughts into account and go ahead. So as you do that, right, as you are aware of yourself, what are your strengths and your weakness, the level of your confidence grows up, right? Your level of your confidence grows up. And as your level of your confidence grows up, so will your self esteem will also grow. अब ये सेल्फ एस्टीम क्या है? सेल्फ एस्टीम है कि आप अपने आप को किस तरीके से तोलते हो, कैसे वे करते हो, कितना सीरियसली लेते हो, है कि नहीं? आप अपना वैल्यू को कितने जानते हो, अच्छे से जानते हो, ठीक है कि नहीं? तो मैं आप अपने आप को वैल्यू कैसे करते हो कि मैं ये हूँ, मेरे पापा ये है, मेरी मम्मी ये है, मुझे मैट्रिक में इतने सारे अच्छे मार्क्स मिले आए थे, क्लास 12 में इतने अच्छे मार्क्स आए थे, मैंने ये करी है, मैंने वो. So is that self-valuation? How do you value yourself? You value first yourself as a human being. You are a part of this great chain of being. देखिए नहीं, हमारे ये जो यहाँ पे जो SIP में UHV का जो हो रहा था, यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज, वहाँ पे एक बात बहुत स्ट्रांगली कही जाती है, वो है एग्जिस्टेंस फॉर को एग्जिस्टेंस. तो मेरी वैल्यू तभी बढ़ेगी, मुझे मुझे मेरी रिस्पेक्ट मुझे जाननी पड़ेगी. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज टू एक्नॉलेज माई एग्जिस्टेंस ऑन दिस अर्थ एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, right? My existence. So when I value my existence, when I appreciate my existence, I will also be able to appreciate other people's existence. So the moment I begin to acknowledge other people's existence, I show the optimum level of respect to other humans. And that helps in the way I act, that helps in the way I conduct. Okay, so when we talk about presence, it all comes from the phrase called executive presence. Now, executive presence refers to the professional presence of a person. हम जब प्रोफेशनल बोलते हैं, सूट को टाई पहन के हम ऑफिस में आ गए, वो एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस या फिर प्रोफेशनल प्रेजेंस नहीं होता. प्रोफेशनल मतलब क्या है? आप अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को समझते हैं, आप कमिटमेंट बात देना, प्रॉमिस करना, बात कमिटमेंट पूरी करना, है कि नहीं? आप अपने कमिटमेंट को कितने सीरियसली लेते हैं, आप रिलेशनशिप को कितने सीरियसली लेते हैं. मुझे याद है एक बार मैं किसी मेरे कुलीग कॉर्पोरेट में किसी मेरे कुलीग ने ये बात कहा था कि in order to have a good peaceful life, one has to uh, one has to accept professional life as a personal life and personal life as a professional life. तो क्या है, हमारी रिलेशनशिप को, जब पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप को जब हम प्रोफेशनली देखते हैं, तो हमारे लिए बहुत इजी होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप में इमोशंस होते हैं, लेकिन अटैचमेंट होती है, और जहां पे भी इमोशंस होंगे वहां पे एक्सपेक्टेशंस होंगे, राइट? वहां पे पैशन होंगे, विद पैशन एंगर, I will handle my relationship. But sometimes too much of passion, too much of emotion, sometimes what we do, we sort of sort of misunderstand uh, misunderstand emotions to be sentiments and sentiments to be emotions. Actually, these are two different things. Sentiments are very driven by your passion, your instinct. Emotions are the feelings. You think, you feel. But then, sentiments are very reactionary. And in relationship, it is also very sentimental, right? We become very sentimental with the people, the personal relationship that we have. So it is important that we handle our personal relationships professionally. That helps us to be less, you can reduce the sentiments and upgrade emotions. That will help us in valuing, maintaining strong relationship. Equally, when we go to the office or when we talk about our workplace or working environment, if we consider relationships not just as professional, right? But we also get involved in terms of the emotional presence of the person, and also our professional relationships, our networks become strong. And hence, if you see the advertisements nowadays, what the advertisers are doing, they try to engage the customers, the target audience, at an emotional level. So, if we are emotionally intelligent, it is very easy for us to conduct ourselves in the professional as well as in the personal lives. So, when we are talking about presence, it's our presence in a very professional, in an emotionally balanced manner. So, when we talk about executive presence, it means how we conduct ourselves in front of other people, whether it is at home or in the professional arena. So, as I was talking about the sentimental and emotional part, you know, our actions, the manner in which we behave, are just the manifestation of our self perception and how we perceive ourselves. You might wonder, there are people who love to, you know, कोई किसी का मजाक उड़ा देते हैं, या फिर कोई किसी को सबके सामने थोड़ी सी कुछ ऐसे बोल दिया कि उसको थोड़ी सी दिक्कत हुई, है कि नहीं, अप्रस्तुत सा महसूस हुआ। तो तो सबसे बड़ी बात पहले क्या है कि हम किसी को बिलिटल क्यों करते हैं, किसी को ठट्टा क्यों करते हैं, किसी के ऊपर हम हंसते क्यों हैं? तो क्या है कि मैं खुद से खुश नहीं हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि मेरे में बहुत सारी खामियां हैं, मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा। तो मैं अपने आप को इतनी, मैं खुद को इतनी डिमेन कर रही हूँ, मुझे अपने आप को खुश करने के लिए किसी और को मुझे डिमीन करना पड़ेगा, तभी मैं खुश हो पाऊंगी। मुझे जब मौका मिलता है ना, मैं थोड़ा सा खिल्ली उड़ा दे रहा किसी का, तो क्यों? क्योंकि मैं खुद को कंटिन्यूअसली मैं कर रही हूँ कि मेरे को नहीं आता, मैं अच्छी नहीं हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, फलाना दिलाना, ढेर सारी बातें। और जब मैं किसी और को करती हूँ ना, ये जो कंटिन्यूअल जो ह्यूमिलिएशन डिमीनिंग मैं अपने आप को कर रही हूँ ना, उसमें से ना थोड़ा सा राहत आती है। चलो मैंने किसी और को कहा, मुझे ना अपने आप को, ईगो को मैं अपलिफ्ट कर रही हूँ, लेकिन दैट इज वेरी टेम्पररी। फिर 2 मिनट बाद आप खुद को फिर से डिमीन करना शुरू कर देंगे। सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज, unless and until you are at peace with yourself, you will not be able to conduct yourself in an emotionally balanced way. When we talk about emotionally balanced way, it is about acknowledging your dignity and also acknowledging other people's dignity. तो एरिक बर्न्स एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, अमेरिकन साइकोलॉजिस्ट, उन्होंने बहुत सुंदर से ये इसी चीज को बयान किया है कि आई एम ओके एंड यू आर ओके। लेकिन जब हम कम्युनिकेशन कर रहे हैं, उसमें अगर आई एम ओके एंड यू आर नॉट ओके, उसमें दिक्कत हो सकती है। मैं सही हूं, आप गलत बोल रहे हो, आप जो भी बोल रहे हो गलत बोल रहे हो, आपको हंस रहे हैं हम। या फिर ऐसा भी हो सकता है, हाँ भाई, यू आर ओके, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल ओके, राइट? तब भी हमारी कम्युनिकेशन कभी बैलेंस नहीं हो पाएगी, हमारी एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस तब कभी नहीं उभर नहीं आ पाएगा। तो ये जो एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस की बात है, ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, उसको 2014 में सिल्विया एंड ह्यूलेट ने एक बुक में लिखा था कि एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस, द मिसिंग लिंक बिटवीन मेरिट एंड सक्सेस। तो इसी पे मैं एक बात बतानी चाहती हूँ कि कल, yesterday, Mr. Sushmit Maiti, the general manager of TPO Cell, he just mentioned one thing. He observed that ये जो प्लेसमेंट्स होते हैं ना, कभी कभी ऐसे बच्चे हो जाते हैं जो कि मे बी परफॉर्मेंस उनका मार्क्स हिसाब से कुछ खास नहीं था, लेकिन उन लोगों को बहुत अच्छा पैकेज मिला है। तो बात ये है कि ऐसे बच्चे कैसे हो गए, उन लोगों का परफॉर्मेंस मार्क्स वाइज कुछ खास नहीं था, लेकिन वो बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किए। एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस की बात है। तो उन लोगों ने अपनी क्वालिटीज को, स्किल्स को इतनी अच्छी तरीके से एनकैश किया है इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे कि interviewers were very impressed, and they sort of had this particular interviewee to be a potential employee of that company. So they have recruited that person. So the main sutra for a success is your executive presence. तो अभी आप फर्स्ट ईयर पे हैं, आपको अपने आप को इस तरीके से तैयार कीजिए that in the fourth year, by the time you are in your fourth year, you should be able to land with wonderful jobs. So the three elements of executive presence are gravitas. Gravitas is the way we act, communication, how we express ourselves. And the third one is our appearance. So now, GCA, gravitas, communication, and appearance. How these three elements impact our executive presence? The first and foremost is gravitas. How we act, how we behave. It is directly related to how other people feel about us. Remember, no matter how technologically advanced we are, how much of technology we use, we are no more just human being. We have become cyborg, right? We are all cyborg. We use machines, right? We use computers. So what happens? No matter how cyborg we have become, but we do have something called emotions. We can feel, we can understand indignity and sarcasm, we can understand reconciliation, we can understand human warmth, love, affection. So, in this, when we talk about executive presence, gravitas play a very important role. How we make the other person feel plays an important role in the strength of our network with other people around. The second element of executive presence is communication. Like I said, what we say is important, but more important is how we say what we want to say. That is more important. And the last but not the least part is appearance. Now, appearance is not about being, to be. Appearance के बारे में हम जब कहते हैं, हमारी appearance ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि अगला इंसान को हमारे ऊपर भरोसा होनी चाहिए. सबसे बड़ी बात ये है, साइकोलॉजिस्ट यही कहते हैं, जब तक हम अपना केयर नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम किसी और का केयर कैसे करेंगे? और ये झलक कैसे झलकती है? हम कैसे अपने आप को हम ग्रूम करते हैं, राइट? सेल्फ ग्रूमिंग, हाइजीन, दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. ये हालांकि सिर्फ 5% है, लेकिन इसका महत्व बहुत है. कि किसी को हम विश्वास करें ना करें, किसी को हम पसंद करें ना करें, हम है होता कि नहीं, हम किसी की बात सुने ना सुने, ये सबसे पहला चीज ये दरवाजे को जो खोलने में मदद करती है, दैट इज योर अपीयरेंस. उसके बाद हाउ यू टॉक एंड हाउ यू एक्ट, हाउ यू बिहेव. सो ये जो तीन चीजें हैं, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपकी एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रेजेंस के लिए. अब जब मैं ग्रेविटास की बात कर रही हूं, इट इज ऑल अबाउट बिहेवियर. आपकी बिहेवियर कॉन्फिडेंस लानी चाहिए किसी और में, राइट? आप जो कह रहे हैं उसको आप करेंगे, लेकिन आप कह रहे हैं कुछ, कर रहे हैं कुछ, सुना रहे हैं कुछ, आपकी इंटेग्रिटी में इंपैक्ट करेगी. आपकी बोली ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि आप जो बोल रहे हैं, जो बता रहे हैं, उसको आप एक्चुअलिटी में इन रियल लाइफ यू प्रैक्टिस इट. तभी जाके ये कॉन्फिडेंस दे पाएंगे. बहुत कहते हैं ना, it's better to act than to preach, right? और दूसरी बात है, to be able to decide. You should have your own agency to understand, to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. देखिए, वो universal rule of right and wrong नहीं होता, but you should be able to understand what you think is right and stick to that decision. What you consider to be wrong, and you should stick to decision. to that decision. But while you get into that decision, you have to survey, you have to see, research, observe, right? And you should be able to decide. And दूसरी बात है, be authentic, be true to yourself. And in order to be authentic, you have to accept yourself for the way you who you are. Without that, you will never be able to, you know, act according to your ideology, act according to what exact, or let me just put it that way, without being authentic, you cannot really be completely confident. There will always be something that will play on your mind. Another thing is to be emotionally intelligent. Now, what is emotional intelligence? Earlier, we used to have this IQ, intelligent question. Nowadays, we talk about EQ, emotional quotient. Now, to be emotionally intelligent is to understand your emotions. What are the areas? What are the trigger points that make you feel bad or make you feel good? So when you understand your emotions, you also understand how other people feel, what other people would feel at a certain circumstances, and you act or you pose your communication in that manner. So another thing is integrity. Now, integrity comes from the manner in which you act and what you say. Now, integrity is about trust, how accountable you are. ऐसा हो गया कि ना, आपसे कुछ गलती हो गई, आप दूसरे को बोलते नहीं, इसकी वजह से मेरी गलती हो गई, इसकी वजह से ये काम पूरा नहीं हुआ, है कि नहीं? तो आपको अगर अगर आपसे कुछ बात नहीं बन रही है, कुछ आप कर प्रोजेक्ट करने जा रहे थे, फिर वो आप नहीं कर पाए, तो उसके लिए अगर आप दूसरों को दोषी देंगे, इफ यू डू नॉट स्टैंड अकाउंटेबल, खुद की गलती को आप एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, तब आपकी इंटेग्रिटी क्वेश्चन में आ जाती है। और जब आपकी इंटेग्रिटी क्वेश्चन में आ जाती है, लोगों को दिक्कत होती है आपको कॉन्फिडेंस मिले नहीं, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस मिले ना, आपकी बातें सुनने। Another very important thing is your posture, your body language, your posture, your gesture, and your tone, right? ये टोन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप ये जो बॉडी लैंग्वेज है, ये जो नॉन वर्बल क्यूज है कम्युनिकेशन का, उसको आप ना नाटक नहीं कर सकते। हाँ, आप बहुत तरीके से आप अपनी बॉडी लैंग्वेज को बहुत बार प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद आप कॉन्फिडेंट दिखा सकते हैं, लेकिन ऐसी एक मोमेंट आ जाएगी जहां पे आपकी जो 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 भी mask of confidence will get shattered. So it all begins from within. First thing, tell yourself every day that you're good, you're doing well in life. Be thankful to God for this wonderful life that you have and how you better yourself. The moment you have this positive thought in yourself, automatically it will impact your posture, your gesture, and even the manner in which you conduct yourself in front of people. How you treat a child, how you treat an underprivileged person. These things matter a lot. Next, yeah. So, when we are not very clear, when we are not happy with ourselves, at the spur of moment, we can shiver a relationship. So, our best of intention can end up in that quagmire of complications. So, next is communication. Now, this diagram should not scare you. ठीक है, ये डायग्राम आप लोगों को डराना नहीं है, मैं डराने के लिए नहीं कर रही थी, बस ये थोड़ी सी इसको आपको बहुत क्लियर हो जाएगा। क्या है, जब भी हम कुछ बात कहते हैं, जब हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, एक दूसरे से हम बातें करते हैं, तो हमारा क्या है, हमको ये चीज देखनी चाहिए कि हम किसके साथ बात कर रहे हैं। हमारे ये हिंदी में, बांग्ला में ये कहावत है ना, स्थान, काल, पात्र, ये तीन चीजों को देख के हमें बातें करनी है। हमारी ये जो इंडियन जो थिएटर है, उसमें जस्ट जो रस साहित्य के बारे में बात करते हैं, totally very strongly emphasize on sthan, kal, patra. Sthan is the place, kal is the time, patra is the character. आप किससे बात कर रहे हैं, वो सिचुएशन क्या है, माहौल क्या है, कहाँ पे ये आप बात कर रहे हैं. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल लाइक खाना खाया, ये जो खाना खाया एक नॉर्मल महज से उसमें मम्मी अपने बच्चे को दे बेटा खाना खाए, उसका आंसर अलग होगा. सिचुएशन मान लीजिए कि आप ऑफिस में बहुत बिजी है, बहुत बिजी, आपको माथा उठाने के लिए समय ही नहीं है, या फिर आप प्रोजेक्ट में काम कर रहे हो, आपको माथा उठाने के लिए टाइम ही नहीं है. उसी में आता है खाना खाए, आपको अच्छा लगेगा, आपको चिढ़ मच जाएगी, यार मेरे यहाँ से काम खत्म नहीं हो रहा, आप पूछ रहे हो खाना खा लिए. खाना का तो किसको पड़ी हुई है, आपको खाना पड़ी हुई है, मुझे तो एक काम कंप्लीट करनी है कि नहीं. सो व्हाट हैपन, कॉन्टेक्स्ट चेंजेस द मीनिंग. ये जो सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, जो जिस सिचुएशन है, या फिर हम किस तरीके से कुछ कुछ चीजों को देखते हैं, राइट. मेरी मेरी जो क्या कहते हैं, माय पर्सपेक्टिव टुवर्ड्स लाइफ is also shaped by my social context as well as my cultural context, right. तो जब मैं कुछ बोलती हूँ खाना खाए, उसका मीनिंग लेकिन खाना खाए तक सीमित नहीं रहेगा. उसका मीनिंग ये भी हो सकता है कि आप केयर करते हो उस अगले इंसान को, ऐसा भी हो सकता है उस बंदे को आप टोंट मार रहे हो, यू नो. ये मीनिंग आप में, यू आर नॉट, यू नो. अब जब आप कुछ कहते हैं, उसके मतलब ओनर सिर्फ आप नहीं, वो अगला इंसान भी होता है, कि उसका मीनिंग जब वो समझ रहा है ना, बोलता हाँ टोन मार दिए, बस दो दोस्तों में झगड़ा हो गया. आप बहुत नॉर्मल वे में आप कुछ कह रहे थे और तरीके से मीनिंग को निकाल लिया, तो क्या है, तो गलती उसकी भी नहीं और आपकी भी नहीं है, ये है सिचुएशन. तो उसमें क्या करना है, आप दोनों को आपस में बातें करनी है, तब जाके ये जो भी है ना, बैर जो भी है या फिर मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है, वो क्लियर हो जाएगी. और ये वही मैं कह रही थी, जो डीन बर्लैंड है, उन्होंने ये बात कहा था कि कॉन्टेक्स्ट प्लेज अ वाइटल रोल इन द इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. जो सिचुएशन है, कौन सा समय, कौन से काल में हम ये बात कर रहे हैं, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और जब हम कम्युनिकेशन कहते हैं, इन 7 चीजों की अच्छे से याद रखनी चाहिए. 7 चीजों को, एक है क्लैरिटी ऑफ आवर थॉट एंड आवर स्पीच, to the point, and whatever we say should be substantiated with facts, and the communication should be put up in a very correct manner, in terms of correct grammar, language, choice of words, punctuation, and information. और कोहेरेंट में हो गया मेंटेन लॉजिकल फ्लूडिटी, यू नो, एक के बाद एक. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं बाजार गया था, फिर कल सुबह उठा, फिर मैं कॉलेज नहीं गया, फिर खाना खाया, यू नो. इट हैज टू बी लॉजिकल, यू नो, लॉजिकल फ्लूडिटी में आनी चाहिए, राइट. मैं सुबह उठी, फिर कॉलेज गई, फिर कॉलेज से वापस आई, देन आई हैड माय लंच, एंड यू नो, एक लॉजिकल फ्लूडिटी में होनी चाहिए. complete, the message must be complete and courteous, polite. Politeness बहुत important है, right. Politeness, you know, can do a lot of wonders, you know, and it comes from how you acknowledge the other person's, you know, uh, existence. And one way to do that is to listen. And if you really want to be an excellent communicator, you should first be an excellent listener, and you should be able to listen to words which are not spoken. इसलिए हमें कविताएं बहुत पसंद होती है ना. कविताएं ऐसी चीजें होती है, या फिर गाने में हम इस तरीके से चीजें लिखते हैं जो कि हम ऐसे नॉर्मली हम दर्शा नहीं सकते, हम एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते, कविता के द्वारा हम एक्सप्रेस करते हैं. इसलिए हमें कविताएं बहुत पसंद आती है, कि मन की जो भी बातें हैं वो हम बहुत सुंदर से हम कविताओं में से प्रकट कर लेते हैं. लेकिन नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में कभी कभी नहीं हो पाता है. लेकिन इफ यू पे अटेंशन, वो जो साइलेंस है ना, चुप्पी रहती है, उस पे भी बहुत सारी जोर से बातें होती है. इसलिए कहते हैं ना, साइलेंस स्पीक्स लाउडर देन वर्ड्स. ये गलत नहीं है. अब हम आते हैं अपीयरेंस में. और जब हम अपीयरेंस के बारे में बातें करते हैं, उसमें क्या है, सिर्फ अच्छे कपड़े पहनना, नए कपड़े पहनना, नए जूते पहनना, बहुत एक्सपेंसिव घड़ी या फिर मोबाइल फोन लेके घूमना, अपीयरेंस उसमें नहीं है. फर्स्ट अपीयरेंस में क्या होना चाहिए? आपकी कॉन्फिडेंस झलकनी चाहिए, आत्मविश्वास झलकनी चाहिए, आपकी वार्मथ, क्या कहते हैं, योर लव फॉर अदर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, अफेक्शन, that should come out, right? And that appearance makes, the entire process of communication easier, है कि नहीं? तो पहले सबसे पहली बात है कि आपकी कॉन्फिडेंस झलकनी चाहिए, आपकी वार्मथ, आदर सत्कार जो भी है दूसरों के प्रति, वो झलकनी चाहिए, है कि नहीं? और तीसरी बात है, और एक चीज बहुत अच्छे से झलकनी चाहिए, कि आप अपने आप को केयर करते हैं। जो बंदा अपने आप को केयर करता है, वो दूसरों को भी केयर ले सकता है। हम कहते हैं ना, तुम्हारे लिए मैं मर जाऊंगा, मिट जाऊंगा, हाँ अभी आपकी उम्र ही है टू फॉल इन लव, बट यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस, ये जो बहुत सारी बॉलीवुड मूवीज में होता है ना, मैं मर जाऊंगा, मिट जाऊंगा, जमीन से आत्मा, आसमान तोड़ ला, सितारे तोड़ लाऊंगा, आसमान से सितारे तोड़ लाऊंगा। बहुत सारी बड़ी 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 बातें हम बनाते हैं, लेकिन द बेस थिंग इज, unless we love ourselves, how can we love others? We have to understand the feelings of love, right? We should be able to differentiate between love, respect, self respect, and ego. So many times, what happens, we forget, we sort of, mix ego with self respect. These are two different things. Self respect is respecting your presence, your existence, and you value it. You know how to, establish it, and at the same time, you are very confident about that presence of yours. But ego is just a very, feels like coverage. Like, I know everything, मैं ही मैं हूँ, उसने, हमारी ईगो में क्या होता है, वी रिएक्ट, और सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट में क्या होता है, वी रेस्पॉन्ड। ईगो में होता है कि उसने मुझे ऐसा ठेस पहुंचाया, ऐसे कह के अब मैं उसको और ठेस पहुंचाती हूँ। तो ये क्या है ना, it continues the negativity, the negative thought, it continues to flow. But with self respect it doesn't। कोई आपको नेगेटिव भी कुछ कहा ना, you know yourself so well, you simply, take it as a sponge and just discard that kind of comment, because you know who you are. You don't have to prove anybody, you just need to prove yourself, right? So, and it all comes from the appearance part. So visual appearance makes the first impression, right? How you appear, you should appear confident, you should appear, having a very good sense of self-worth, right? Your self-esteem should be at a proper place. Then only people will be able to sort of, take you in their confidence, right? So visual appearance of first impression is very powerful. It impacts, it remains. Hence, we all must pay attention to what? To our clothing. It must align with the location, time, and the people. It must be clean and properly ironed. Now, why I have mentioned that it must be clean and properly ironed? First is, when our, students uh, go for interview, I'm many times I feel like sharing this. I hope it is all right to share. When I see many, there are many students who go for their interviews. Some are very well dressed, right? Properly, the shirt is properly worn, the trousers are properly ironed, the shoes are properly clean. It gives an impression that you are actually ready for the interview. You are actually ready for the occasion, because you took that occasion seriously. But if you have not taken the occasion seriously, you will wear casually. Shirt पहन लिया, थोड़ा crumpled hair, it's not properly pressed, uh, it may be torn somewhere, the shoes are not pressed. उससे क्या होता है कि you are not taking that event or the occasion seriously. अब बस मुंह उठा के आ गए. So this should not. I mean, when you or present yourself in that manner, people will not take you seriously. So if people do not take you seriously, how can you have an effective communication? आपकी बातों को तो हवा में उड़ा देंगे. तो सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि हमें अपनी बातें सुनानी है ना, तो बातें सुनाने के लिए हमें वहां पे प्रेजेंट रहना होगा. कैसे प्रेजेंट रहेंगे? हमारी बॉडी लैंग्वेज, हमारी अपीयरेंस, हमारी एक्शन से हमें प्रेजेंट रहनी पड़ेगी. तो उसके लिए हमारी अपीयरेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. मैं यहाँ पे नए कपड़ों के बारे में बातें नहीं कर रही हूँ. मैं बातें कर रही हूँ, हमारी ड्रेस ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि वो सिचुएशन के साथ मिले. मान लीजिए अभी हम लोग सब लोग पिकनिक के लिए जा रहे हैं, वहां पे मैं ये मतलब प्रॉपर्ली सारी गहने वहने पहन के जाऊंगी? बिल्कुल नहीं. वहां पे क्या आप शर्ट टाई कोट पहन के जाएंगे? किसी पिकनिक पे जा रहे हैं? बिल्कुल नहीं जाएंगे. आप महज लड़के हैं तो आप अपना बरमूडास पहनेंगे या फिर जीन्स पहनेंगे या फिर कुछ कैजुअल चिनोस पहनेंगे, स्पोर्ट्स शूज पहनेंगे. लड़कियां भी है तो जीन्स या कोई टॉप या फिर सूट पहन के जाएंगे, है कि नहीं? लेकिन अब जब मीटिंग में, कॉन्फ्रेंस में जा रहे हो, एक एक ऑफिशियल मीटिंग पे जा रहे हो, वहां पे तो आप वो कैजुअल बरमूडा और पजामा पे तो नहीं जा सकते. पे आपको कैजुअल ड्रेस, फॉर्मल ड्रेस ही पहननी होगी. तो ये जो डिफरेंस है, ये उसका अवेयरनेस होना भी बहुत जरूरी है. और इस कॉलेज में जब आप आएंगे, जब आप क्लासेस करेंगे, आपको ये पता चल जाएगा. अब दूसरी बात यह है कि आपको पर्सनल ग्रूमिंग पे भी नजर देनी चाहिए. पर्सनल हाइजीन, बाल अच्छे से कंघी किया हुआ हो, बाल कटानी हो, अगर ये ऑफ शेव हो रहा है. आजकल का तो फैशन है, दाढ़ी वाड़ी रखते हैं, मूंछ दाढ़ी, उसको लेकिन आप किस तरीके से ट्रिम करते हैं, ये सब आपकी पर्सनल ग्रूमिंग में चला आता है. हाउ डू यू क्लीन योर शूज, योर सॉक्स, नो. और ये जो शर्ट भी है, आप कितने साफ सुथरा पहनते हैं, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. नए चीजें पहन रहे उसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. वो फ्लैशी ड्रेस पहन रहे उसकी जरूरत है ही ना, उसके बारे में हम बात ही नहीं कर रहे. लेकिन आप जो भी पहन रहे हो, इसको ठीक तरीके से पहने, साफ सुथरा रहिए. that gives an that builds an impression that you take yourself seriously, you take care of yourself, hence you can be trusted upon. और एक्सेसरीज, हम एक्सेसरीज के बारे में बात करते हैं. हमारे पास आजकल स्टेटस सिंबल दिखाने के लिए बहुत सारी ऐसे एक्सेसरीज होते हैं, but do we really need to show off that status symbol? We don't need to. So we should try to minimalize carrying certain accessories, very flashy accessories, unless until it is actually required. It depends upon the situation. So hence, be very careful with the accessories that you carry. Be very careful with the way in which you appear with other people, in front of other people, and behave with other people. These things are very important. So ड्रेस टू फील कॉन्फिडेंट. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, आप ऐसे ड्रेस पहनिए जहां पे आप कॉन्फिडेंट हो. ऐसा ड्रेस जबरदस्ती मत नहीं है, जस्ट बिकॉज सभी लोग पहन रहे तो आपको भी पहना नहीं. आप वही पहनिए जहां पे आप कॉन्फिडेंट हो. राइट. सो ड्रेस टू फील कॉन्फिडेंट, जहां पे आप कंफर्टेबल हो, सॉरी, और जहां पे आप कंफर्टेबल होते हैं वहीं पे आप कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं. सो वेयर दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल, इट विल बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस. अदरवाइज आप हमेशा कॉन्शियस रहते रहेंगे, एंड इट विल ऑल्सो इम्पैक्ट इन योर पोस्चर, इन योर जेस्चर एज वेल. सो बी वेरी केयरफुल. तो आज की ये सब एंटायर प्रेजेंटेशन में हम एक चीज बहुत मैं बार बार एम्फेसिस करना चाह रही थी, वो है नो योर सेल्फ, स्पेशली नो योर स्ट्रेंथ. आप ना अभी आपका वो जो स्कूल डेज is over, your school days are over, you are in college, you are in you are to take care of yourself, right? You have ample amount of time where you can explore yourself, your life. Use this opportunity to know yourself, know your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how can you sort of improve your weaknesses and make them your strength, and what best can you do with your strength, what opportunities can you get from your strength. इन सब के बारे में देखिए. मैं और एक बात आप लोगों को बताऊंगी, अगर होता है तो आप लोग मूवीज देखिए, नॉट जस्ट limit yourself to Netflix or to certain OTT platforms, but also watch movies from other parts of the world, right? Other parts of the world, other countries, ke दूसरे countries की. Read books, as many books as you can, right? Talk to people, make friends, right? Go out, travel. This is your age to do all these things, rather than sit in a corner of your room, maybe sit on a floor and scrolling your mobile phone, looking at other people's life and commenting on their lives. what what else will you get? That's again another sense of ego satisfaction. But you don't need to satisfy your ego, but satisfy your soul. Go out, explore, and learn. And as you do that, you also have to know one thing, that is, accept yourself. Accept yourself for who you are, right? Do not hide. Be proud of who you are. It is your learning in your school, it is your fights and arguments and friendships in your school and with your friends that has made you who you are, what you are. So accept the way you are. And there are more experiences coming your way that will open doors, open avenues for you to explore and see. So first, accept yourself and be ready for the unpredictable, uncharted journey that you're going to have. As you do that, also understand one thing: evolution, right? Evolution, growth, development. It's a continual process. It will continue till the time you breathe your last breath, right? So let yourself evolve to be the best, the better word, not best, best is wrong, sorry, better version of yourself. I'm a big fan of John Lennon. So Lennon says that uh, the best is yet to be. If you believe in this, you will never uh, settle for anything, because I mean, uh, any success will not overwhelm you so much that you forget to work, right? So best is yet to be. That philosophy will keep you, uh, accepting the truth about yourself, the process of development, and continuously you try to shape yourself to be a better version of yourself, right? And while doing that, enhance your gravitas, right? Enhance the way you deal with people, enhance the way you look at relationship, enhance the way you uh, experience your negative experience, and how you respond to the negative experiences. And remember, one important part of gravitas is also being able to maintain your grace in difficult circumstances. Never ever lose your grace in difficult circumstances, in critical scenarios, right? And go on winning people's trust. As you do that, also enhance your communication skills to strengthen your network with your peers, parents, and potential employers. So, uh, when we communicate, actually, what do we do? When we need something, when we want our desires to be fulfilled, our wants, our needs to be fulfilled, we need to address that to somebody else. Then we communicate, right? So, as we communicate, we also have to understand one thing, that we are communicating with other human being, another human being like us, a person who is made of flesh and blood, who can feel. So, as I communicate, I should be able to express myself in ways that the other person feels comfortable, confident, and more acceptable towards me. That person should also be made to feel included. Okay? And enhance your appearance, right? uh, it is very important. I do not stress upon the makeup part, no. Appearance, in terms, like I said, let me just repeat, appearance is all about how do you take care of yourself, how do you present yourself to the world, right? And you should be able to present yourself as a confident, respectable, dignified person, an individual. And that will help you enter into the realm, into the area of opportunities, right? So, I would also suggest, as you take this 4 year course, right, gain as much as knowledge as you can, and then encash your cash. So, cash is knowledge, your attitude, positive attitude, confident attitude, your skills, enhance your skills. Like, since you're engineers, you should be good at your technical skills, right? Knowledge not just of the engineering knowledge, but knowledge of the society, of the country, of the world, right? So read newspapers, follow not just one news channels or one or two news channels, follow the news channels across the world, read books, right? Enhance your skills, and as you enhance your skills, make good habits, right? Try to, habits can be formed, right? Habits can be formed. So be aware of what kind of habits you are forming. So once you have all these positive habits, good skills, attitude, and knowledge, you can easily be in any organization, in any field that you want to be. So be very confident about yourself. And before I end, I would like you all to invoke the LSD in you. What is this LSD? This is not the drugs that we are talking about, but it means this. L stands for what? Lakshmi. Now, when we talk about Lakshmi, Lakshmi is the goddess of what? Money? Not at all. Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance, right? So, your knowledge is an asset that will lead to abundance. So as I said, encash your cash. So be knowledgeable, be ready to learn. That will work as an asset to you, right? When you have asset, you are abundant. When you are abundant, you become creative. As for Saraswati, right? Be creative, invoke that creativity in you, right? So when this abundance and creativity comes, you become strong like Durga, right? So invoke, and these three things are all there in all of us, irrespective of our gender, right? Boys, do not think that I'm talking about Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga. These are all female goddesses. No, consider them to be power, abundance. Be abundant, be creative, and be very strong. That is how you will win the world. With that, I conclude my talk. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you very much, Jyoti Madam, for such an enlightening discussion. We can take one quick question from the students. Aniket Pramanik asked, how can students strike a balance between being present in their academic pursuits and maintaining a healthy work-life balance?
Okay, work life balance, maintaining work life balance. Okay, the first sutra for maintaining work life balance is to not have any strong divide. First, you have to prioritize, right? You have to prioritize what you want, what you want from life. So, for example, like, you are a student, right? You are here to pursue your higher education in engineering. So you have to know that your current focus should be on your studies. And there are so many distractions here. Distractions in the name of mobile games, distraction in the names of other so many activities there. Now, being a part of those activities, yet not forgetting your focus, will is the main question. So how do you maintain that focus? So if you prioritize, if you understand your purpose behind coming here in HIT, it will become very easy for you to strike that balance. Now, when I talk about striking that balance, I'm not talking about, clearly, in a very a concrete way drawing a line between this is my work and this is my life enjoyment. No, it does not work that way. Sometimes your priorities for life, your relationship also, stands taller than your studies. So somewhere you need to strike that balance in terms of the priorities of that moment. But currently, right now, your current priority is to pursue your engineering course, study well, at the same time be aware of the surrounding what is happening. You cannot close the door to people, your friends, your peers, or whatever activities that is happening in the college and only study. No, that does not work. But you have to be open, you have to be ready to learn, to study, and at the same time be a part of the community.
Okay, thank you once again, madam, for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having me, and I express my gratitude to the entire team of Student Induction Program for having me here. I once again thank everyone, and my best wishes to the young and beautiful minds. So explore. The world is waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, moving on, our next lecture is on stress management by two prominent speakers, Professor Rajiv Kumar Dubey and Dr. Madhurima Pandey. Our first speaker, Professor Rajiv Kumar Dubey, popularly known as Dubey Sir by the students, is an academician as well as administrator with more than 14 years of experience. He is currently associated with more than with HIT as a professor of physics in School of Applied Science and Humanities. He obtained his MSc in physics and later completed his PhD in laser physics. He has acquired a large number of degrees, including MA, Master's degree in Women and Gender Studies, MA in English, MA in Distance Education, PG Diploma in Higher Education, PG Diploma in Educational Administration LLB. He has published 25 articles in several journals. Apart from his academic activities, Professor Dubey has held many administrative positions also in HIT. He has been a hostel superintendent and provost for several years. Currently, he is acting as the Dean of Student Welfare in HIT. Our second speaker on the session, Dr. Madhurima Pandey, is currently working as an assistant professor of physics in School of Applied Science and Humanities, Haldia Institute of Technology. After doing her master's in physics from Calcutta University, she carried out her PhD degree from Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics. Her specialization includes a vast area such as astroparticle physics, including particle dark matter phenomenology, neutrino oscillations, primordial gravitational waves, 21 centimeter cosmology, and primordial black hole, etc. She is recipient of JSPS Hope Fellowship from DST Government of India and JSPS Japan in the year 2009. In 2021, she was awarded the Best Thesis Award from SINP. Apart from being a researcher and academician, she is also popular for her keen interest in music. She has participated in several musical programs on TV, for example, Eto Shur or Eto Gan on DD Bangla channel, Tarana on ETV Bangla channel. She has been honored with many awards in the field of music also. The list contains the Voice of Bengal, Haldia Idol, honor from Manna De Sangeet Academy, etc. I now hand over the mic to our speakers. Sir, ma'am, the podium is all yours.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible perfectly?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So, through YouTube, I would like to request our students. It will be better only 134, 38 persons are watching. So, if it is possible, you share again the link to your friends and classmates as they can join and attend their sessions because these attendance are taken through YouTube. So it will be better for us also if we will be able to increase the number of students. So as per our conversation, uh, it will be better if an alumni will join with us, and one of our alumni is waiting. I think he is Avinav. Uh, I'd like to request host, please include him, and then we'd like to continue our session. Anupam sir, am I audible? Okay. Avinav Kumar Singh, I think, about to join.
Sir, I think Abhinav Kumar Singh had joined earlier. He is able to join.
Wait, madam. So today, both myself and Madhurima will continue the session. It is still 1:43. Hope so the message will go to all of you, and then maximum number of students will try to join the session. The remaining sessions it will be better for you. And, what we are going to say, so basically that particular person or that particular age level which is just entering into the adulthood through the adolescence. And it is the tragedy of the Indian college students that in this particular time they are confused what is their goal and what they have to do in their future life. Exactly, they are influenced, and all of you are influenced by your social demands, family based responsibility, and environmental and another social challenges. While you are joining this engineering course, maximum number of you are by choice, or some maybe by chance. Those who are by choice, they are also unable to get the particular branch what they wished. हाँ अभी ना तुम ज्वाइन कर गए हो join again. Okay,
Hello.
Abhinav, you are inside.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir, to
Okay,
everyone.
you wait for a few minutes.
Okay,
Then
sir.
actually we are continuing a session of stress management. So we
Okay.
thought it will be better for us if you connect the persons like you.
Yes, sir.
So please, you will continue for 30 minutes nearly with us, and
Okay,
in
sir.
that particular time, we'll be able to help our students,
Yeah.
help our students to reduce their stress.
Yes, sir.
Number 134 number of students are watching now. Hope so the later other students will watch the recording. So
Yes.
while I was discussing about you, you were that particular students that you are coming from the age of adolescence to adulthood. It is a transition period, and that particular time you were completely influenced by social demands and responsibilities. That is the basic thing. And whatever you have to do here, you have to learn some skills. In each and every age level, age group, definitely persons must have to go through different kinds of stress. And it is as expected that when an aged person or a matured person, and particularly a proper older adulthood person, go through the different challenges, different stresses, they can overcome it through their experiences. But your particular age is such that in this particular age you are unable to accumulate or synthesize and analyze all your previous experience and utilize it. It is a practical problem. It not happens to you. But basic question is that you are joining an institute which is supported or affiliated to AICTE, and nearly 90% of students, you have the particular dream that you were unable to join IITs, you were unable to join the better institute. That is the basic source of stress. The one thing I would like to clear you, in India, nearly 90% of institutes, those continuing the engineering education, are under AICTE. They are not IITs. Only 5% of the institutes they comes under IIT, or they are known as the IITs. And they are getting the best facilities. But other institute, they are getting the average facilities. And recently the news came up, the incident, the involvement of the students, those who are found in different events and different research laboratories. The number of students coming from institute like us is much more nowadays. So first thing you have to clear your profile, that is termed as student profile. What we do, what other teacher will do, other organization will do, we will prepare your profile by your name, by your caste, by your parents name, by your parents status, social status, economical status. But you particularly need to prepare your individual student profile, and that must include what you are. Please close your eyes and ask yourself what you are. And then again, what you are, it comes under from which family background you belong. What is the economical status you have? What are the problems you are facing inside your home? And next, what you to be. What is your goal? And what is the requirement of your family? What your family want you to be? That is the prime thing. So first thing to chill to face such kind of challenge is to prepare your student profile. That means it must include what you are and what you to be. Then all of we are suffering from different stress. And what kind of stress? And these stress are comes from some stressors. They are nothing others. They come from your health, they may come from your wealth, they may come from your environment, they may come from your age, and they may come from your dream. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Every student, every individual, they have their own particular identity, completely different identity. Just for few years back, a student which was in HIT, I would like to show his picture. Is it visible? I think I send it to Anupam sir. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, yes, visible.
You were able to recognize four persons in front of the camera. One of our faculty and other four are students. Is it clearly visible?
Yes, sir, it is clearly visible.
Okay. So one of the guy which is on right to that particular person who is sitting over here, he is one of our faculty. Now he earns 1.25 crore per annum. He has joined in Google. But on that particular day, we were unable to realize that this particular person or this student is going to get such kind of job, or he is going to do, while he was also never dreamed that he can do it. Lots of stories are with us, lots of photographs are with us now. Just for a few minutes ago, I have sent civil such kind of photos to Anupam sir, and all the particular person personally, they have suffered through tremendous setbacks, tremendous stress, in their 4-year career, from first year to fourth year. Everybody. They must have to go while you come and join. After the joining in this institute, as you appear here, you must have to go through under syllabus, the particular surrounding, what you are able to going to get, your status, your siblings and their status, and particularly and finally your sponsors. That means your parents. That means these 5 S will be the cause of your stress. Your syllabus will be the cause of your stress. Your surrounding will be the cause of your stress. Your individual status will be the cause of your stress. Your siblings, your brothers, your sisters will be the cause of stress. And your sponsors, while you are taking a sponsor from your parent or while you are taking a sponsor from your bank, they will be the cause of stress. So these 5 S will be considered. You must have to consider these 5 S if going to come as a stress in front of you near future. The basic way how you to overcome this stress or this how you to avoid these stresses. This stressor creates conflict both sides, either within you or outside you. Is there any technique to get relief from this stress? A simple technique, what our student used to do, what your seniors they used to do, and they got relief. The best way, first thing is your parent. Second, healer. Time is the best healer. Third one is God. And final one, which is in your hand, create the habit of changing behavior. Your parents, share everything to your parents. Give time. Time can heal everything. Keep perfect faith on God and change your habit, which can change your behavior. These are the basic techniques. One of the student, Avinav, he is already inside the meeting. I would like to introduce him. He has joined in HIT, I think 4 years back, 2023. He got passed out from AEI department. While he was joining, he was not sure he was joining a EI department whether what will happen to me, I can get a job or not. But just after 6 months, he changed his way of observation to life. He focused to prepare UPSC. He tried. While he was in HIT, he was completely a boarder of Haldia Institute of Technology hostels. While he was in HIT, he appeared in accounts exam in all over India. He ranked 84th. Then again, he appeared this year UPSC exam. He cleared prelims for first time, and on 15 September, the main exams is about to held. All of we will wish his success in one time in this examination. I would like to call and introduce Avinav in front of you. Avinav, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
You please open your camera as we can see you.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, you are perfectly visible. Now he is in Muzaffarpur, I think. Yes, am I right?
Yes, sir.
In nearby your home, you have joined a library. Again, he is continuing and preparing his future dream. I'd like to listen from you. It will be better if you say in Hindi or English or in bilingual.
Okay, sir.
What type of stress and how you come to that particular position and how you come to
Sir, myself
clear
Abhinav.
this. Yes, you continue.
Yeah, myself Abhinav Kumar from AEI. I have passed out from HIT this year. सर कुछ चीज़ था जो मेरे साथ स्ट्रेस को कम करने में योगदान किया बहुत हद तक, लेकिन तब भी कुछ स्ट्रेस और भी ज़्यादा थे, क्योंकि ऐसा लगता था कि HIT आए हैं, फिर आगे हमको बहुत बड़ा सपना देखना है। वहाँ का माहौल भी कुछ ऐसा था, लेकिन कुछ दोस्त ऐसे मिले जो हर समय साथ दिए, और आप लोग जैसे टीचर जो मतलब हम कभी सोचे नहीं थे कि ऐसे टीचर मिलेंगे, इतने सपोर्ट करेंगे हमको, वो बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट किया एक स्ट्रेस बर्डन को कम करने में।
अभिनव, तुमको ये तुम बताओ, जो तुम यहाँ जब HIT में ज्वाइन किए थे, तो
यस
तुम
सर।
सबसे ज्यादा कौन किस बात का स्ट्रेस था, किस बात का डर था तुम्हारा मन में?
डर यही था सर कि IIT में नहीं हुआ, HIT में आए हैं और हमको बहुत अच्छा करना है, इन्वायरमेंट उतना अच्छा नहीं मिल पाएगा कहीं, तो ये इसका डर था, जिसके कारण मेरा स्टडी हैम्पर होता। लेकिन कुछ लोग अच्छे मिले हमको, जो मतलब उतना ज़्यादा हमको इफेक्ट नहीं हुआ, मेरे पॉजिटिव साइड में ले गए वो लोग हमको HIT आने के बावजूद।
यू आर वन ऑफ द गिनी पिग जिसके ऊपर हम लोगों ने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया। ये तुमको ये चीज पता नहीं है, यूर अननोइंगली ये एक्सपेरिमेंट हम लोगों ने किया था। आज से कुछ साल पहले इन 2019 एक लड़का पास आउट हुआ था सिविल से,
अच्छा।
बिट्टू कुमार। बट बिट्टू कुमार यहाँ वाइल ही वाज हियर, यहाँ उसने टाइम अपना प्रॉपरली यूटिलाइज नहीं किया, लेकिन यहाँ से पास होके जाने के बाद जस्ट ओनली 6 पॉइंट लेके गया था, 6 पॉइंट ग्रेड वो लेके गया था। जाने के बाद 1.5 ईयर उस लड़का ने मेहनत किया, सिविल का लड़का था, और उस लड़का को ऐसा कोई एग्जाम नहीं था जो उस लड़का ने क्लिक नहीं किया था।
यस सर।
राइट? उस लड़का
यस
ने सारा एग्जाम क्लिक किया कब? HIT से निकल के जाने के बाद। और ये इंटरव्यू उनसे जब लॉकडाउन पीरियड में हमारा हो रहा था, चल रहा था, तब उनसे 2020-21 हम लोगों ने एक इंटरव्यू ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, हमारा यूट्यूब में ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है। उस इंटरव्यू में उसने बताया था कि इस HIT में वो सारा फैसिलिटीज है, एक
यस सर।
लड़का प्रॉपर्ली यूज कर सके तो उसको ना जिंदगी में कोई स्ट्रेस होगा, ना
यस
उस
सर।
करियर को लेके सोचना पड़ेगा। तो यू आर दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन जो व्हाइल यू वर बीइंग इन इनसाइड HIT, you
यस
have
सर।
completely focused, utilize the HIT library. You just please say how you have utilized the facilities over here.
सर, हर दिन जो लाइब्रेरी का टाइम होता था 10 बजे सुबह, उस टाइम पे हम चले जाते थे वहाँ पे, और 8 बजे तक, जब तक क्लोज नहीं होता था तब तक वहाँ पे रहते थे। HIT की लाइब्रेरी मतलब HIT का बेस्ट जगह है एक, जो जहाँ पे बच्चे आराम से पढ़ सकते हैं बिना कोई डिस्ट्रैक्शंस के, डिस्टर्बेंस के। हर लोग वहाँ पे सपोर्ट करते हैं, अगर आपको बुक ले जाना है वो भी फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल करवाया जाता है कॉलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के द्वारा। और वो जगह, वो सराउंडिंग, वो सब बहुत बेहतरीन है सर HIT का लाइब्रेरी का।
You individually, तुमको ऐसा कभी कभी महसूस हुआ है कि मैं क्या पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, मुझसे क्या होगा, नहीं हुआ? लाइफ में कभी तुम डिप्रेस हुआ, तुमको स्ट्रेस, घर से फाइनेंशियल हेल्प, ये तुमको कभी किया है?
सर ऐसा लगता था कि जो इतना टफ कंपटीशन है वहाँ पे क्या होगा नहीं होगा, मतलब इसका डर तो हमेशा रहता था, लेकिन मेहनत इतना ज़्यादा था कि मतलब अगर डूबते भी तो सर ऐसा मतलब अंतिम टाइम पे लगने लगा था कि नहीं, हो जाएगा हो जाएगा अपने आप को। और कुछ लोग जो सपोर्ट में थे उनके कारण हौसला बढ़ते जाता था कि नहीं, अच्छा कर लेंगे।
तो दैट मीन्स तुम्हारा जो फ्रेंड सराउंडिंग था वो हमेशा तुमको साइकोलॉजिकल फर्स्ट एड देता रहा। तुम्हारा जो
यस।
टीचिंग कम्युनिटी था, तुम जब भी स्ट्रेस में आते रहे तुमको साइकोलॉजिकल फर्स्ट एड देता रहा। तो
यस
वन
सर।
थिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड, ये ईच एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल, ठीक है अभी ना, तुम मीटिंग में कंटिन्यू रहो, ठीक है, एंड छोड़ के अभी मत जाओ, तुम्हारे साथ और थोड़ा बहुत हम लोगों का बातचीत होगा, एंड
ठीक है सर।
होप सो वी विल continue again.
ओके
One
सर।
thing is clear is that your friends and other any family members or relatives or teachers can just give you the psychological first aid. They can care about you. They can educate you. They can protect you. They can connect you with the different groups. They can provide some facilities. They can provide some supports. But it is not enough to overcome your stress. The basic thing, you have to keep faith that whatever is going to be happen will be good and it will be the best. This attitude will help you to overcome the stress over here. I have just seen in YouTube, some comments are there. हम नाम कटवा लेंगे HIT से. Rajiv Kumar. If you are audible, if I am audible to you, this attitude will not develop your proper career. HIT नहीं, तुमको कहीं भी अगर मिले तो तुम्हारा दिमाग में यही रहेगा कि हम नाम कटवा लेंगे, हम बेकार के इंजीनियरिंग में आ गए. तो यहाँ से बाहर आना है. तो whatever you are getting, whatever facility you are getting, what is happening to your life is definitely comes on the choice of God. You just accept it and you work hard to overcome through this. I'll not like to lengthen this talk. Madhurima madam is here, and then I would like to request Madhurima madam, you please continue that our student can overcome stress through your music.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let me share first the screen. Can anyone please confirm that my screen is visible or not? Is it visible? The screen is visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay.
You can do the full screen mode.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it is okay now.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. First of all, thank you, Tanushi ma'am, for such a nice introduction. And we have already the topic on which I'm going to talk about, that is how music can heal our brain and heart from any kind of stressful situations. So before that, there is a very popular term in physics, that is the stress, and that stress is the force acting in unit area. So we are not going to talk about that stress here. That is not our topic today. The stress which we are discussing, that is we face in our daily basis or frequently, mentally, physically, that is the stress today we are talking about. So what is the stress? So stress, as Dudesh mentioned, the stress is not a part of you. You can feel stressful if you don't know about how to react for a particular situations, how to react, how to control your mind, how to control the situations. So stress is a physical, mental, and emotional response to any challenging events. So stress is actually a perception. Some situation may be stressful to one person and it might not be for other. So this is the everything. So all about the stress. So everyone experiences stress to a certain degree. Uh, it we have all experienced earlier, and we will also experience that in later life also. So there are many causes. Beside the sad mentioned, suppose if I talk about you, that the students who are going to stay here, away from your close ones, away from your loved ones. So it will be very difficult for you to stay here. It will be stressful for you because you have to manage everything by your own, everything you have to do by your own. Who will be your classmates, who will be roommates, who will be your hostel mates, everything is very stressful to you. So, so if these are the main causes, I think so one kind of a causes of stress for particular for students who are now going to stay at HIV. So there are different types of stress also. One is the acute one. Acute one is a very most common stress, that is a short term stress which comes very frequently, I mean, or suddenly. Out of nowhere the stress came. And if the stress comes uh, frequently, then that is called episodic stress. And the very dangerous one and very unhealthy one is the stress which is chronic stress. Chronic stress state long term stress. So for that you need some therapy to overcome that. So this is a very dangerous one. So these are the some kind of stress or some types of stress. Already there are several organizations who have made some survey on the stress. There is one is mental health and well-being. They have given some survey in 2023, and also in different places the survey has been made for workplace. How much, what are the causes for the stress and how much percentage they carry. They have also done this kind of survey. So that means, all in all, stress is a real problem in our daily basis. So that means if there is a problem, so that means there is also solutions. So, so in the next slide, we are going to deal with some stress management. That how can we manage a particular stress? Because we can't stay uh, with this kind of headache and everything. We have to deal with it, we have to manage that, we have to find some way through which we can overcome this particular problem. So, in the next slide, you can see that how to manage stress. So, there are 4 A's to stress management. First one, avoid any unnecessary stress. Suppose, let me give you some example. Suppose you're spending too much time on social media. So you are understanding that that time might affect on your study. So when you understand that this is the unnecessary stress, so just avoid them. Just try to avoid that particular situations. The second A is alter the situation. Third one, adapt to the situation. And the fourth one, that is accept the situation which you can't change. Now let me give you one example. Suppose after the exam you have seen that you got supply, and that is a very stressful one. So, but that is a fact that you already got the supply. So how can you change that? So you have to accept that situation, and you have to prepare yourself so that you can recover from this situation. You can prepare yourself very well. So this is the all 4 A's which you need to remember in the for the purpose of managing the stressful situations. There are also many skills of stress management. First one, as Dubesh sir also mentioned, that is the time management. You need to make a routine that from this hour to this hour I will do study, from this hour to this hour I will do my extra co-curricular activities, and etc. So just make a routine and try to maintain that routine. So time management is very important. Also take the healthy diet, make a good habit, do meditation, do exercises. Exercises actually and release a feel good like chemical which lift your mood, lift your spirit. And you can make a cycle, just like Avina mentioned that he made some friends who are very helpful to him. So make a cycle which is very friendly to you. A friendly social network is very important. So these are some skills. So in some cases, some therapy also required, and that is the main purpose of this particular topic. And you can see in this slide that there is many therapies are mentioned, but today I want to focus on the most melodious one, and that is the music therapy. Okay, so now let us understand that how music can help you to heal your body, your brain from any kind of stressful situations. So music therapy. So music plays a very important role in our daily life. When we want to have fun, when we are sad, when there is any occasions, when we entertain us, every time, in every situation, music is available for us. Now, what if we put music and healthcare together and to receive health benefits from it for both our physical and mental health? And that is called music therapy. So that does not mean that music therapy is for only the people who have the music background. Music therapy is for everyone, for all ages, from babies to older adults. So it is applicable for everyone. Now, the next slide, some history of music therapy, how music therapy came into the picture. In 1789, you can see there is a article uh, published in a magazine called Columbian Magazine, which is titled Music Physically Considered. And this article had, hello,
Yes, yes.
so which slide?
The slide is opening to us that is written types of stress. Have you changed the slide, madam? You have told us now,
Yes, yes, I have
but
changed.
the slide is not displaying here actually.
Okay,
The
okay,
previous one was showing here.
okay, just give me a second.
Okay, okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes, yes. Now it is written as brief history of music therapy. Is it right, madam?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Madam, just unmute your microphone. No, madam, it is not. Yes, yes. No, no, we cannot hear you.
Hello. Uh,
Yes, now it is audible.
is it
Yes,
audible now? Okay. Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. Maybe there are some technical glitches. Okay. Let me share the screen once again. My screen is visible right now.
Yes, yes, it is visible and audible too.
Okay. So I I have mentioned earlier that what is the music therapy. So now I'm coming to some brief history of the music therapy. So that in 1789, there is a one magazine has been signed, that is Colombian magazine, which is titled as Music Physically Considered. And in that magazine, the article had implications that music as a therapeutic agent and that it needed to be done by a trained practitioner. Later on in 1944, Michigan State University established some academic program in music therapy. So there, in recent times, there are several institutions are there in India or abroad whose sole purpose is to study and research on music therapy. So now there are different types of music therapy. First one is the receptive one. Receptive music therapy is the kind of that is listening to a song, that someone who could not express their words, they can communicate with by listening to that particular to any kind of a song. So this kind of song can calm, or this kind of process rather can calm the nerves which are suffering with anxiety. The second one is the composition one, that you can compose any song. It can be lyrics, it can be any kind of music arrangement also. So it is a great way to deal with the problems or deal with the persons who are suffering with self-esteem. The third one is the recreative. The third one is the recreative one. So recreative one is that to recreate any kind of music. So it will help the people who are struggling with developmental issues. And the fourth one is the improvisation one, that is playing a song spontaneously. It will be very therapeutic for a person who are dealing with trauma. So sometimes what happens, we want to express our thoughts, but we could not express that by any conversation. So then you can choose this one, that is the music. Through music, you can express your thoughts and your anxieties and everything. So these are the some types of music therapy. Now, what are the benefits of that music therapy? There are several benefits of music therapy, that is, the psychological benefits, and also there are some health related benefits. By doing music therapy, you can improve your memory, you can improve your focus, it will reduce your stress, it will make better sleeping quality, it will improve your, it will give you boost your motivations. So there are many psychological benefits of music therapy, as well as there are very usefulness of music therapy in the case of our health. As I already mentioned, it will help the communications, it will help the people who are suffering from heart diseases or the persons who are diabetic. And there are some cases that some people are suffering with stammering problem or autism. In the recent times, I have noticed, I have seen one musical audition or show in a very popular channel, and have seen one participant who suffering from autism. He cannot speak that very clearly, but he can express his thoughts through the music. So that is the thing. So music is a very helpful for in many cases in many ways. So now the most interesting one, the music. Now let me share with you some my personal experiences where music helped me to overcome. First one is the exam pressure. Exam pressure is a very common pressure. So at the very beginning of my graduation days, I have faced this some kind of stress, which is a very hectic one. First of all, there is a exam pressure, and in addition to that, I come from a Bengali medium school. So it is very difficult for me to write everything in English and everything to speak in English and everything. So, in addition to exam pressure, there is also this kind of pressure. So, what happened with me that at the very first hour of the exam, I was just numb. I could not write anything. So eventually, as a result, my exam was gone very bad. So I totally decided that at that time that I will quit my exam and I will drop that particular year. But my mother has tried to console me that no, don't do that. Please continue with your exam. But I was very adamant. No, I don't want it. I want to continue that. So then my mother has given me one suggestion. So why you don't? Why what you do that you listen some music. because जो हो गया है so हो गया है. You cannot change the fact. So just accept it and move on and listen some good music. And I listen to my mom and just I put my headphone and listen some good music. And you don't believe that it just give me some refreshing thing. I was totally changed my mind and becoming I'm make normal situation में आ गई. And then I again prepare myself and go to the next exam, and it was pretty much good. So that is how music helped me to overcome this kind of pressure. There is another example that how music helped me to overcome my thesis pressure. So in 2021, when I was a PhD student and I was writing my thesis, at the very beginning of this thesis, I was very, just totally disturbed that kahan se start karo, from where I should start, from where I should continue. It was very hectic for me. So then one of my friend has suggested me that why you don't go to any music store and gift you something. So I just listened to my friend, and I just go a musical store and gifted me a instrument that is a ukulele, that is a shorter version of guitar. And I just starting playing that ukulele and started learning some chords. And it was very refreshing because मैं क्या करती थी कि थीसिस लिखने के बीच में I just played my ukulele, and basically what happens that it enhances my creative quotient, because when we start writing anything, that is a basically art and you need to be creative at that moment. So that is how this music helped me to overcome my thesis pressure, and eventually I got my PhD degree. So this is the thing, this is the very thing which I have faced during my uh, life till now. There are many cases where music has helped me to overcome my stressful situations. So that means if there is a problem, there is a lot of solutions also. So now let me go to the next slide. So in this slide, I have mentioned some cultural events which have been organized by HIT. So in the coming year, you will get plenty of opportunities to showcase your talent. It may be in the form of music, it may be in the form of playing instrument, it may be in the form of dance. Whatever you like, you can explore yourself through different kind of events like annual cultural meet. And there is a very popular one, that is the fest, which is called Riviera. So you will get plenty of opportunities through which you can participate and you can showcase your talent. Okay, so these are all your seniors who had participated in these events, and there is also, you can see, these are all your seniors who are from different branches, and they made a band, and also there was band performance are there. So if you are interested, you can make a band and you can perform there also. In HIT, there is a music club also, an official music club, which is called Nirvana and Escapism from Reality. These are all your seniors. So this band is not only performed within the HIT campus, but they also performed outside the campus. It is on recent times, on 15th August, they have performed at Ambuja City Center Mall, which is very close to HIT. So if you are interested to join any this, you can contact with your seniors. They have the social media platform. You can visit their pages also. So last but not the least, I want to mention that music can heal the wounds the medicine cannot touch. Okay, so explore yourself, engage yourself through different activities beside your academic one, and enjoy the whole process. And last but not the least, I want to say something in tune, that is, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. So, on that belief and on that note, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to my all SIP coordinators for having me and for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhurima Madam, once again for, and thank you to Dubey sir for your tips to overcome stress in our life. So I think there is no question from student side. No, we have one question. क्या फर्स्ट ईयर से we can join the band?
Okay. So yes, of course,
One
you
question
can
from
join the
YouTube.
band.
Madhurima madam.
Okay. Yes, yes. Of course, you can join the band. As I mentioned, there is a music club. You can join them also, and you can form a own band also, and you can perform in the near future program. Of course, you can do that.
Okay, thank you once again. So we now wrap up our session. Our next session will start from 3 today. Thank you everyone.